For decades, the Americans have ruled the skies with legendary fighter jets, setting the standard for air dominance and innovation. Their aircraft have become icons, symbols of technological prowess and military might. But now, Russia's Sukhoi Su-57, known as the Felon, is stepping up to challenge America's F-35 Lightning II, the pride of Western aviation. The world is watching as these two cutting-edge machines prepare to face off. This isn't just a battle of planes. It's a clash of philosophies, a technological Cold War at 50,000 feet. Each jet represents decades of research, billions of dollars, and the hopes of their nation's air forces. Picture it, two jets, one a flying supercomputer packed with sensors and software, the other a raw, agile brawler built for close combat, racing toward each other at supersonic speeds. The F-35 is the result of the world's most expensive weapons program, designed to be the ultimate all-rounder. It's a marvel of stealth, electronics, and versatility, able to operate from land or sea. The Su-57 is Russia's bold answer, built to prove they're still a force to be reckoned with. It's engineered for speed, maneuverability, and raw power, with a focus on dogfighting and survivability. It's not just about speed or firepower, it's about which vision of air combat will dominate the future. Will it be the high-tech hunter or the relentless predator? The Americans bet on stealth and sensors, aiming to strike first and unseen. Their pilots rely on data fusion, advanced targeting, and a networked battlefield. The Russians focus on agility and power, building a jet that can outmaneuver almost anything. Their philosophy is to win in a close fight, relying on pilot skill and raw performance. It's brains versus brawn, west versus east. Two different worlds, two different strategies, both aiming for supremacy in the skies. The F-35 is a stealthy assassin, the Su-57 a heavyweight fighter. Each has its own strengths, weaknesses, and secrets. The outcome could define air power for decades, shaping the future of aerial warfare and global security. So which approach will win, the Ghost or the Gladiator? The answer could change the balance of power in the skies forever. Let's dive under the hood of these two machines, exploring the technology, the tactics, and the stories behind their creation. The stage is set for the ultimate aerial showdown. Two titans, one sky. The world is watching and the stakes have never been higher. Let's see what makes them tick, and discover which titan will rule the skies of tomorrow. The F-35 Lightning II is the product of a massive multinational effort, one of the most ambitious military projects in history, involving partners from across the globe and billions of dollars in investment. It was designed to do everything for everyone, promising to be the ultimate multi-role fighter for a new era. Born from the Joint Strike Fighter program, the F-35 aimed to serve the Air Force, Navy, and Marines with one adaptable airframe, capable of stealth, vertical landings, and carrier operations. The result? Tremendous complexity, frequent cost overruns, and years of technical challenges and delays as engineers tried to satisfy the needs of 3 different services and multiple allied nations. But after all the setbacks, over 1,000 F-35s now fly worldwide, forming the backbone of Western air power. Ubiquitous, reliable, and expensive, the F-35 is a symbol of technological cooperation and military might. Meanwhile, the Su-57's story is pure Russian urgency, a tale of necessity and national pride. After the Soviet collapse, Russia faced a rapidly changing world and needed a new fighter fast to keep pace with Western advancements. Sukhoi's answer, the PAK-FA, later known as the Su-57, was a direct competitor to the F-35 but built on a shoestring budget and under immense pressure. First flown in 2010, the Su-57's production has been slow, hampered by engine issues, international sanctions, and limited resources. Only a few dozen are operational, making it more of a rare supercar than a mass-produced workhorse, an elite tool for select missions. The F-35 is everywhere, a familiar sight at air bases and air shows. The Su-57, by contrast, is exclusive and rarely seen outside Russia. Russia's challenge is quality over quantity, betting on advanced features and agility. America's advantage is overwhelming numbers and global reach. Two very different paths to air dominance, one built by committee, the other by a country in a hurry. Scarcity versus ubiquity, who truly has the edge in the skies of tomorrow? Stealth is the name of the game in modern air combat. In a world where detection means destruction, being invisible to enemy radar is often the difference between life and death for a pilot. The F-35 is built for near invisibility. Every angle, every panel, even its paint, is designed to deflect or absorb radar. Its skin is coated with radar-absorbing materials, and the shape is sculpted to scatter radar waves away from prying eyes. Its weapons are hidden inside, keeping its radar signature tiny, about the size of a golf ball. This means it can approach targets almost undetected, striking before the enemy even knows it's there. The Su-57 also uses stealth features. Angled edges, blended wings, and internal bays all help it slip through radar nets. Russian engineers have clearly studied stealth, but their approach is a bit different. But it's not as stealthy as the F-35. Think reduced observability rather than vanishing act. The Su-57 is harder to spot than older jets, but it's not a ghost. Exposed engines and less precise panel work make the Su-57 more visible, especially from the sides or rear. These design choices mean it can be picked up by radar more easily if it's not facing directly at the threat. The Russians balance stealth with speed and agility, accepting some radar signature for better performance. They wanted a jet that could outmaneuver opponents, not just hide from them. The F-35 sacrifices some speed and maneuverability for maximum stealth. Its designers prioritized evasion over dogfighting, betting that what can't be seen can't be shot down. It's a fundamental difference. The F-35 bets everything on not being seen. The Su-57 prepares to fight if spotted. Each jet reflects its nation's philosophy on air combat. One is a ghost, the other a shadowy brawler. Both are deadly, but in very different ways. In the world of radar, the F-35 is harder to find. Its signature is so faint it can slip past most defenses before anyone knows it's there. The Su-57 is stealthy, just not invisible. It can evade detection longer than most, but it's not immune to a sharp-eyed radar operator. Two philosophies, two very different radar profiles. One is a master of disguise, the other a fighter in the shadows. The F-35 hides, the Su-57 dares you to look. Each jet is a product of its own doctrine and priorities. In the end, stealth shapes the entire contest. The first to be seen is often the first to fall. Who wins depends on who's seen first, and in the skies, that split-second advantage can decide everything. Stealth hides you, but sensors let you see and strike first. The F-35 is a flying sensor suite with its APG-81 ASA radar and distributed aperture system giving 360-degree vision. The pilot can literally look through the jet, seeing threats from any angle projected onto their helmet visor. This God mode situational awareness is a game-changer. The Su-57 counters with its own ASA radar and clever side-mounted radars, allowing it to track targets even while maneuvering. Its infrared search and track system hunts for heat signatures without giving away its position. The F-35's real magic is sensor fusion, combining radar, infrared, and data from other sources into one clear picture. The pilot knows what's out there, who's friendly, and who should shoot. The Su-57 sensors are advanced, but the F-35's integration is unmatched. In the information war, the F-35 sees and understands more. Superior sensors mean faster, smarter decisions. In a fight, knowledge is power. And the F-35 has plenty. Now let's talk speed and power. The Su-57 is a rocket, twin engines, Mach 2 top speed, and the ability to supercruise, fly supersonic without afterburners. This gives it a huge tactical edge. It can cover ground fast and enter combat with more energy and fuel. The F-35 tops out at Mach 1.6 and can't supercruise. It's powerful, but heavier and less athletic. Think of the Su-57 as a Lamborghini, fast, dramatic, built for the chase. The F-35 is a Bentley, powerful, refined, but not built for drag races. In a dogfight, speed equals options: climb, turn, run, or chase. The Su-57's speed lets it dictate the terms of engagement. The F-35's strategy? Avoid the high-speed brawl and use stealth and sensors to strike first. The Russian jet brings raw energy, the American jet brings subtlety. In a straight-up race, the Su-57 wins, but air combat isn't just about speed, it's about using your strengths and hiding your weaknesses. And both jets play to theirs. What if it comes down to a classic dogfight? The Su-57 is built for this: thrust vectoring, wild maneuvers, and the ability to outturn almost anything. The F-35 is agile, but not a knife fighter. Its doctrine is to avoid close combat at all costs. If forced into a turning fight, the F-35 is at a disadvantage. But its helmet display and high off-bore sight missiles mean it can still strike, even without pointing its nose. Agility versus technology. A deadly dance where one wrong move decides everything. Weapons make the fighter. The F-35 carries its missiles and bombs internally for stealth, but can load up externally in beast mode if stealth isn't needed. The Su-57 also has internal bays, but can carry more and bigger ordnance on its wings, including hypersonic missiles. The F-35 is a precise assassin. The Su-57 is a flexible bruiser. Both can strike at long range, but the Su-57's arsenal is more varied. The F-35 trades payload for stealth. The Su-57 is ready for a slugfest. Each jet's weapons reflect its philosophy: silent killer versus heavy hitter. Imagine a real encounter. At long range, the F-35's stealth and sensors mean it'll likely see and shoot first. The Su-57 might never know it's being targeted until missiles are incoming. If the Su-57 survives and closes the distance, the fight changes. Now its speed and agility come into play, trying to outmaneuver the F-35. The F-35 relies on its sensors and helmet display to fire missiles from impossible angles. The Su-57 tries to get behind for a gun kill. It's a battle of raw power versus high-tech cunning. At range, the F-35 dominates. Up close, the Su-57 is king. The outcome depends on who controls the distance. So which is better, the F-35 or the Su-57? It depends on the mission. For stealthy strikes and information warfare, the F-35 is unmatched. For air superiority and dogfighting, the Su-57 is a formidable rival. But modern air combat is rarely about close-range duels. The F-35's network stealth and sensor fusion give it the edge in most real-world scenarios. Numbers matter too. There are over 1,000 F-35s, but only a handful of Su-57s. The F-35 is the future of air warfare, connected, invisible, and everywhere. The Su-57 is a rare, powerful predator. In the end, strategy and numbers may matter more than raw performance.